Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. Robert Crawford Templeton, age 53, of Cumbie, is in Hopkins County Jail, charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, a felony 2. He's being held on a $30,000 bond after he brandished a handgun during an argument with his stepson. Hopkins County deputies responded to the call regarding the assault Sunday evening around 6:30 p.m. on Farm to Market Road 275 north of Cumbie. Templeton was exiting the residence when the officers arrived. According to witnesses and the victim, Templeton had a .45 caliber handgun during an argument with his stepson, and the stepson tried to disarm him. Templeton punched the stepson, causing bruising and swelling around the right eye. A chokehold administered by Templeton had caused red marks around the victim's neck. A Cumbie police officer noted a damaged driver's side tail lamp on a gray minivan that passed the officer Saturday afternoon around 1:30 on Interstate 30 near mile marker 111. A traffic stop for the violation followed, and opening the door to much more. When the traffic stop was made, the driver was moving erratically in the driver's seat and reaching into the passenger side seat. When the Cumbie officer approached the minivan, the driver was extremely nervous. The officer asked Harold Joseph Marcantel, age 52, of Cedar Hill, to exit the auto. When he did exit, in plain sight was a pipe commonly used to smoke marijuana. With permission to search the vehicle, a small black baggie containing a substance suspected to be methamphetamine was found. The substance weighed approximately 6.1 grams. Marcantel is in Hopkins County Jail, charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, over 4 grams but less than 200 grams. He's currently being held on a $20,000 bond. Paris Junior College President Pam Anglin will host a community listening session Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. at the Paris Junior College Sulphur Springs Center. The purpose of the listening session is to inform voters of a November ballot measure to expand the junior college tax base to Hopkins County. She told KSST News on Monday afternoon that the college plans to sell back to the Industrial Foundation the 47 acres of land in Sulphur Springs that they currently own near the TxDOT offices on State Highway 19. That land was purchased several years ago when they first planned expansion and relocation for their local campus. The future expansion and relocation was planned because their 20-year lease of a building on the Sulphur Springs High School campus would soon end. Paris Junior College had purchased that property. The intent was to build a new Sulphur Springs campus. However, those plans changed as Paris Junior College secured an architect who provided plans for the future campus, but the cost for that plan was too expensive. So the college decided that with the number of students that they had enrolled at that time and the new campus being cost prohibitive, they would seek a different location. That's when they purchased the Foxworth Galbraith building on East Loop 301. Recently, PJC has opened a campus in those renewed facilities. That cost more reasonable and fit their criteria for expansion. PJC currently plans to sell that property, that 47 acres that they own on the west side of town, back to the Industrial Fund. Yantis Mayor Jerry Miller and organizers of the Yantis Big Bass Classic is presenting a check Monday afternoon to the Yantis Fire Department in the amount of $15,000. The $15,000 came as a result of the Big Bass Classic this year. Plans are already underway for the 6th annual tournament that will take place in May of 2017. The Big Bass Classic is a fundraiser each year for the Yantis Fire Department. Here's Don with sports.
Something unusual occurred Monday during the final week of the Edge Conditioning program at Sulphur Springs High School. Attendance increased. I talked with Wildcats athletic director and head football coach Greg Owens.
It has jumped up this week. I mean, there's some other guys came back from camps and all that. Again, some others are gone to camps this week, but for the most part, the guys jump back up. The ladies jumped to nearly 30 today, and so it's just a transitional kind of a deal during the summer, though. Behind me, you can kind of see a board here. We call it our commitment board, and that's just to help hold them accountable. So when they come in, they write their body weight on there, and that way and then the next day they come back and do the same thing. So it helps us when we monitor where they are on body weight, because if they lose too much from the day before, it means they're not getting enough fluids back in them. So it lets us know they may have a rough day. It also is cognitive, makes them aware of, hey, I need to make sure I'm drinking water. That's what we're checking on a daily basis. So it's not we're trying to make somebody lose weight or gain weight, just making them more aware of I'm taking care of my body or not. So and it helps us to hold them accountable. And you can see back there's a bunch of red A's back there. It means they're absent, but the black means they're here and they're going. So the guys we're really counting on for the most part have been here, putting time in and doing that. So I'm proud of the ones that have been here. So the commitment level has been good. It's kind of, again, picked back up this week. So a lot of activity. But big push right now is we're doing some testing this week. We kind of just let's see how their work's paid off this summer. They can kind of compare that to their off-season maxes. Some are going up, some are staying about the same. But then we did 40s and 5, 10, 5s today. So we do bench, clean, 5, 10, 5, 40, and we'll do squat tomorrow. And then we have our big gasser test tomorrow. So all those guys coming in, entering grades 10 through 12, they got to pass the gasser test either now or they got to do it during 2 days. So when it's even get tougher, and then the whole part of that is not really a punishment deal at all. It's really just to make sure they're in shape and they're getting ready to go and they put their time in. And the guys that have, they will be. Other guys, they got some makeup to do to catch up, to get caught up on all that.
I see some of the names, they go black all the way across, not a single A.
Yeah, oh yeah, there's a great, some guys are really committed, and if you got a week off, and we're shooting for 90%. Because we got 24 days, we're going to give them, 4 days off for a vacation, a camp, do whatever that they need to go do. But we really want them to be here because when you're here, you're getting better. You're investing, and it's just like anything, any organization, any group, any church. When the people are coming, you're growing together, you're getting stronger as a group and a unit, and that's what we're shooting for here. And so that's happening. They're putting time in and getting after it, and so I'm excited about the ones that have been here and been getting after it.
They've got to feel good, you say, probably the best shape of their life,
Yeah, some of them pop out. We just pop out on Mondays, 6 100s. Some of those guys that have been here doing it, it's nothing to them. They'll coast right through that. Tomorrow, the gasser test, it's tough. It's under time. Some of those guys will just blow right through that. And that's even after we do a leg test day tomorrow on squat. It's no big deal because their bodies are used to it. We get all worked up about, I got to save myself. I got to rest up for this, for that. Most things are just, it's mental. Yeah, there's some things you need to probably save a little on. You don't want to wear yourself out, but most of the stuff is just a mental deal. I'm looking at it even possibly lifting weights during the season this year on game day, or especially the day before, getting after it. Because it's a mental thing. We get all caught up on game day. I got to save myself for something. No, you get ready to go. You get after it right now, and if your body's conditioned to it, you'll be fine. So, again, I told you this when we first started this whole thing. Edge is, physically we're going to get in shape, but the big thing for me, it's a mental deal. It's a mental deal to push yourself to limits you've never been before and able to push through stuff.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.
The route was first proposed in 1916, was finalized in 1920, and dirt began to fly in 1921. Before then, an automobile trip across America was perilous, a fool's errand at best. Before the bankhead, roads across Texas were largely gravel or graded dirt, which became glutinous, tire-swallowing mud when it rained. But by 1924, the bankhead boasted hard surfaces, quite often concrete or brick, across almost all of its Texas route. But still, motoring in those days was not a piece of cake. Motorists were encouraged to carry a huge list of emergency essentials, including extra gasoline and oil.